Perfect. So let's start with the project. So once we have a project, we can start cloning it. You can go into a terminal, you can go into a desktop, and we can clone it right here. So once our project has been cloned, we can go into files and choose to open a folder with IntelliJ. There you go. Ah, perfect. So once our project has been built, we can access our server and we can run that. Now, as soon as our server is running, we can open our website and we can sign in. Let's sign in using student one, student two, not to any student really. Start using student two. So we can see the student two has one expense, a movie's expense for 150 Rand, and it has a due date for the 18th of November. You can see student two hasn't sent any payment request. You can see that student two is also owing student one 100 Rand for a lunch expense. So let's capture an expense. So let's make an expense for student two. Let's set the amount to 100 and let's choose any date really. So once we have made the expense, we can see that it shows of the in our expenses. So once we click on that expense, we can start making payment requests for that specific expense. So let's say we want student one to pay us 100 Rand for this expense. Set the due date tomorrow. Submit, and there now we have our payment request under our payment request. At payment request specifies that student one owes us. The amount is 100 Rand. It specifies a due date and it specifies whether it has been paid or not. So now after we go to payment request sent, we can see that it also registers here and it also specifies on the amount that we haven't been paid yet. So now once we log out and we go to student one, we can go to payment request received and we can see that student two sent us a request for 100 Rand for dinner. So now after we pay this expense, we can see that dinner has now been made under an expense for us. And after we log out and we go back to student 2 and we click on dinner, we can see that student 1 has paid our request. Perfect. So now when we go to payment request receipt, we can also see here that the amount has been paid. Student 1, let's go to say student 3. Student 3 has a payment request received from student 1 for lunch. So after we pay this expense, you can see that it also has been added to our student 3 expenses. So now after we go to student 1 and we click on that specific lunch expense, we can see that student 3 has paid his part. And then we go to payment request sent, you can see student 3 has paid his part, student 2 hasn't paid his part. And that's the project. Thank you very much.